While not the last TV movie, this one is the last time we get these annually, as production moves back into TV series, theatrical releases, and later on internet streaming releases. Directing this one is Takaomi Kanasaki, while Katsuro Hidaka returns as writer, working alongside Shigeru Morita and Toko Machida. Yui Ishikawa comes on as leading lady Utica, though in flashbacks she's also played by Chika Ranzai. The ending theme is Treasures of Time, using the melody of Castle of Cagliostro's Fire Treasure with some new English lyrics. The party is being held aboard a luxury airship. It's attacked by a group of sky pirates who are aiming for the treasures on board. One of the guards manages to pursue the pirates as they're making their escape. A member hangs back and attacks as the guard takes a bag, but he's soon revealed to be Lupin. As the pirate tries to fight Lupin, he accidentally places a hand in the wrong spot, revealing his opponent as a woman. She slaps him out of embarrassment, but this has the effect of knocking him off the airship along with the bag. Lupin and Jigen ponder why the news is reporting their theft but not the sky pirates attacking. On top of that, they also ponder why a baby was inside the bag. The only other thing in there was an empty box bearing the coat of arms of the nation of Shahalta, the nation of the treasure's origin. Lupin notes it's also a design dating back to when Shahalta was a monarchy rather than a republic like it is currently. His own interest also comes into play, as he mentions there was something among the treasures that his grandfather had his eye on. Not knowing what to do with him, Lupin decides to take the baby on various heists. This ends up making him a social media sensation, and serves as a good means of getting Zenigata's attention. He meets with Shahalta's Prime Minister Shion Adol Vichalut, who's accompanied by the CEO of the World Resource Service, Kochel, a trader in Shahalta's helium exports. The secretary, who is totally not Fujiko, hands Zenigata some photos of the baby, one of him with Shion, and he gets told to retrieve said baby but keep it on the down low he's from Shahalta. Things come to a head in Rome. Lupin escapes to an old ruin, noting the baby's feeling stressed over something. As he plays with him, the girl grabs him. She demands the bag's contents, so Lupin throws her the box, but she claims he should also have a crystal to his confusion. She then attracts the police's attention by yelling Lupin to pervert. The girl returns to her group's hideout. Despite getting the baby, Ramu, back, the leader chews her out, giving her name as Utica. As one of the other members of the crew, Bernard, tries to defend her actions, Lupin makes his presence known. He and Jigen prepare for a fight, but he gets knocked out courtesy of a frying pan. When he wakes up, he sees Jigen's had an easier time bonding with the pirates. He does at least get a meal and apology from his attacker, Camilla. She explains Ramu was kidnapped by the Shahaltan government and serves as a symbol, being the son of one of their dead comrades. She doesn't take kindly to Lupin smoking while Ramu's in close proximity, however. Heading outside, Lupin speaks with the pirate's chief, Jiva. Learning Camilla's his wife, Lupin tells him he's figured out they're Shahaltans themselves, partially thanks to the spices in his food. Jiva confirms this, as well as him and the others being former royal guard, as well as the fact that Kocho was complicit in the coup 17 years prior, which branded them as sky pirates in the first place. Lupin's curious why he was the only one reported as attacking the airship party, but they're interrupted by the base coming under attack. Turns out Bernard's turned traitor, so Lupin uses a trick lighter to create a smokescreen to help grab the treasures. Escaping to the roof with Jigen and the sky pirates, there's but one man that Lupin notes will be a tough fight. He's not named in the movie itself, but the credits I've seen give him the name Villa... I'll go with Villa. No relation either way. Jiva holds back the pursuing attackers, directing Lupin and Utica to a waiting aircraft. Camilla decides to stay behind with her husband, who tells Lupin to find the soul of Shahalta. He then detonates bombs throughout the castle. Utica can only watch, and later thinks back to her childhood, as Jiva and Camilla helped raise her. Lupin comforts her, and agrees to help her seek the truth in Shahalta. Zenigata's berated for his failure to retrieve Ramu and dismissed. As he leaves, he spills gunpowder on a man that passes by. The man shows Kochel and Shion the treasures they grabbed back from the sky pirates, as they got half of them in the attack. Meanwhile, Lupin's group are now in Shahalta, having set up camp. Goemon also joins them, giving Ramuh a toy as he's still in an odd mood. Lupin assigns Jigen as a babysitter, deciding to split up and investigate alongside Utica. Fujiko's doing her own investigations, overhearing Kochel planning to betray Shion. Lupin says hello as she looks over some files, and she offers to show him the treasures Kochel took. Utica's investigating a library when she hears someone singing. Heading outside, she sees a girl who looks just like her. The girl introduces herself as Rasha, thinking Utica's just a guest. As Lupin puts the Shahaltan treasures together to lead to the main treasure, Zenigata discovers the outfits of Kochel's men, the same ones that attacked Shiva's group. Shion interrupts Utica and Rasha as they start to bond, dismissing the latter. He then tells Utica Rasha's her twin sister, and on top of that they're both royalty. Not that she'll live long enough to appreciate that fact, as Kochel sets his men on her, not wanting the people to get any crazy ideas about restoring the royal family. Lupin arrives to help out, showing a crystal pyramid assembled from the stolen treasures that points to Shahalta's main treasury. Kochel agrees to an exchange of the pyramid for Utica. Shion then fires at Lupin as Utica heads over. Villa moves in, but Lupin runs on enough adrenaline to grab Utica and jump over the balcony. Zenigata manages to rescue Utica and Lupin from the water below. He tells her to take care of Lupin before leaving, revealing he also knew something was up with Ramuh too. Utica uses her knowledge of local plants to craft some makeshift healing for Lupin. Meanwhile, Zenigata learns that Shion himself is a member of the royal family. Kochel knew of this, but before he can ask the disinterested Shion what his motivation is, he's informed Lupin is still alive. Thanks to Utica's help, Lupin's up and about, while driving along a bumpy cliffside isn't helping his wound. They soon arrive at the bar of a man called Mr. G, who's certainly a character and a half. After a greeting in the way he knows best, Mr. G performs some more direct surgery on Lupin's wound. With the bullet removed, Lupin heads out and overhears Utica singing the same song as Rasha. Fujiko meets with Zenigata to pass on some evidence regarding Kochel. Unfortunately for her, she was followed by Villa. Mr. G treats Lupin and Utica to a private meal. It's also not too long before Kochel's men make an attack. Lupin and Mr. G fight back, though the latter says to get going while he holds them off. Lupin runs with Utica and distracts some of the attackers with the local livestock. They find a Mercedes SSK waiting for them and make their escape. Mr. G also aids in their escape with a leg-loaded rocket launcher. Kochel's men are on Lupin's trail, though their driving is somewhat more reckless. As a fight off anyone trying to grab onto the car, Jigen finally reunites with Lupin and Utica to help out. The road eventually becomes too narrow, so everyone's forced to continue by foot. Unfortunately, Kochel's attack force includes helicopters. Following a brief split-up, Utica's forced to grab Lupin due to him misjudging a jump. Thankfully, they're saved by a counter-attack courtesy of a still-alive Jiva. Jiva provides Lupin with an aircraft. The path forward is dangerous, but Utica's been training and flying since she was a child, managing to get everyone through. Kochel and Shion are on the way to the treasury, however, sending Vila back to deal with them. Meanwhile, the source of Ramuh's irritation is revealed to be that he ate the crystal as it, well, finally passes through. Goemon arrives as Vila makes his attack. Lupin leaves him to Jigen and Goemon as he takes Utica to the treasury's location. Unfortunately, Jigen gets grabbed by Vila and mind-controlled. Kochel and Shion finally reach the treasury, but it's surrounded by cliffs. Shion recalls an old Shahaltan poem that seems to hint at how to open the path forward, in particular mentioning a crystal lighting the way. Lupin arrives, showing off the crystal in question. The mind-controlled Fujiko attacks him for it, but part of the cliff gives way when she grabs it, though not before she tosses it to Kochel. Meanwhile, Goemon defends himself against Jigen. It's actually Ramuh who saves the day, pulling on Jigen's beard to snap him out of his trance. Jigen then turns on Vila, taking him out in one shot. This also has the knock-on effect of snapping Fujiko out of her own trance, even if she's still hanging from Lupin's arm. Kochel grabs a crystal and admires it in a manner that he wouldn't if he'd known where it had been. Placing it into a hole in a rock, the path is open to the treasury. Xion, Kochel and Rasha head over and discover a trove of art and gold. Xion then shoots Kochel in the leg while he's looking over the treasures. Some balloons then inflate, causing the treasury to take flight. Zenigata arrives on the scene and jumps aboard the treasury as he spots Lupin, who ran across before it started flying. Xion reveals he plans to destroy the treasury, the soul of Shahalta that everyone's been after, as Kochel's coup resulted in the deaths of his parents as well as Utika's. Lupin's not impressed in that as a motive, leading to Xion firing grazing shots at him. Xion then reveals he's rigged himself. Lupin calls him out on how he won't do it, saying he's still got Rasha. Unfortunately, Kochel wasn't unarmed. Soon after, part of the treasury breaks apart and Kochel falls. He ends up saved by Zenigata, who's got a mountain of evidence against him thanks to Fujiko. Rasha runs to Xion's side as he slowly dies, revealing he was holding a baby Rasha during the coup. His final words are that she and Utica are Shahalta's future, as he's left to rest on board the treasury. Xion's location is officially left unknown, as Rasha gives a speech as the new ruler of Shahalta. Jiva's group are reinstated as royal guard, and Utica thinks back to giving her thanks to Lupin for his help in learning about Shahalta's soul. Lupin and Jigen watch from afar, with Lupin revealing the treasure he was after was actually just a gold corkscrew. The time to enjoy Shahalta's wine has run short too, as Zenigata is once again on the hunt. It's difficult to put into words about what about this movie feels kind of off. It sort of feels like Lupin and the gang are pretty secondary in the movie, with Utica and Xion's conflict taking over. Goemon and Fujiko especially feel like they're just kind of there for a lot of their screen time, though Fujiko at least has a bit of relevance as she at least clues in Zenigata. Utika's fine enough as a character, but Xion's just apathetic until he decides he's not. Rasha also felt like a bit of a prop too, as they don't really do anything with her beyond the ending reveal. Honestly, with a bit of rewriting, it could have just been a case of Xion rescuing Utica and turning her over to Jiva, but getting separated due to an attack or something. Villa's another one that doesn't really do anything, despite being hyped as this big threat. Sure, he gets Jigen and Fujiko under his control, but there's really not a lot to say about him when compared to other enforcers without powers. With all that said, there is still some good coming from this. The idea of Lupin going viral on social media is an amusing concept, and one that does get fleshed out a bit in Series 5. Shigeru Chiba's also going full ham as Mr. G, and his entire part is a big highlight. Leads into a nice showing of the SSK for the first time in ages too. Zenigata is generally on the ball too, as he gives a good showing but still getting the odd bit of comedy now and then. I'd say that while there's not anything outright bad, this one's more suited for the smaller moments rather than the sum of the full movie. Next time, Lupin once again crosses paths and wits with Detective Conan. Until then,